Welcome back to, welcome to Factorio with me, JD. As we all know, version 16 is out. We're on 16.2 already. That's not bad from the devs. I appreciate everything you guys do, Woob. You guys pump out releases left, right, and center. You fix the bugs. You are officially my favorite developer. But enough smoke being blown up. Yep. It's time. New series. New series. This time, we're doing another tutorial series. I know somebody out there is groaning right now, but let's be honest, the last one got a bit screwed with the whole unlock the whole tech tree thing somehow magically. So we're going to do it again. And this time, we're going to go in for a pretty default game. The only thing we're going to go through all these in a second, but the only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to turn that all the way up. I'm not going to turn biter expansion off, because they are part of the game and everything else. But just going to turn the cooldown way up. Because they're frustrating, let's be honest. And them expanding every couple of minutes, it literally means as fast as you clear them out, if you put down a wall, there's a good chance they're already behind your wall. And you've got to clear them out again. It's just frustrating. So basic settings. We are going on a default map until I change that setting. Resources, I'm not changing anything. Normal, medium, regular. Leave it at that. Terrain settings. Normal, medium, regular. We have lots of different options now on the actual terrains. So we can turn grass up and down. We can turn... Hell, you can actually turn trees off. No trees. Enemy bases. No enemy bases. Cliffs, you can turn cliffs off. In fact, all of these you can turn off, like starting area. But starting area is probably the only one you probably can't turn off. Although, damn, that sounds like an interesting mod. No set starting area. No guarantee you're going to have coal, iron, copper, and stone all in the start area. That would be interesting. There is a challenging mod idea out there for somebody now. No guarantee of anything in your starting area. You could start between 3 biter bases. Good luck, have fun. So yeah, we're just going to do a standard preview. Desert, great. That's going to make things more interesting. Pollution's going to go further. Cliffs. Now, my issue is cliffs at this height, they look really detailed and they add to the map. Unfortunately, it seems because it's random, I associate the cliff graphics with Command & Conquer, because that was the first game that was 2D that introduced these cliffs for this height adjustment, perception of 3D. The catch is, can I copy that? I can't. Oh, I can drag that out of the way. That's interesting. The catch is with the Command & Conquer is every map was handmade. There was no randomness about it. They were all handmade. So all the cliffs lined up and they looked correct. I've seen a couple of maps. I've generated half a dozen maps already. Alright, looking at the different resource settings and all that sort of stuff before launching off into this series. Not that I've played on any of them, but I've generated them. That's half the thing. I've looked at these clips and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Now I've seen some really, really good pictures on Reddit already. Of things clipping through the cliffs and all sorts of stuff. Hopefully Woob has another look at it, sees what they can do. Maybe they need to predefine cliffs to a certain extent, pre-constrain them rather than just having it being random. But we'll see. Now, I love the generate. We can look and we can say, okay, so we're starting here in the middle. There's, well, I don't see iron. That's a problem. Oh, it's over here. I don't see enough coal. Enough coal. So it means you don't have to generate half a dozen maps, explore them out, that sort of stuff, and then start a new game. So I like that. I like that for the newer players. I like that you can sort of check the map out, see where the biters are, have a good idea of oh, there's a heap of iron over here and some over here. So we need to travel that way for iron. This way will get us mostly copper. The iron's mostly in the south. North is useless. I like that idea. But I like that much better. Oh, that's a much better distribution of resources. The catch is, I don't care. I like, and it's been one of the themes with every single game I've done. We should generate, and we'll find out what's on the ground when we get to the ground. Like, you know, any great Factorian who's accidentally crashed into, what's the planet's name? Naive? I don't know. Any great Factorian that's crashed on the planet and gets down here and sees, oh crap, this is our start. Oh crap. Oh no, there's our coal, there's our iron, there's our copper. Okay, so we're good enough to get started. Now, we need a pickaxe. And we need enough to get us started. So, being a tutorial series, we're going to go through and we're going to play slowly. It's a desert, so that means not a lot of resources, not a lot of trees at least. Unfortunately, we're on sand, so that means my movement speed slowed down. That's something a lot of people haven't realised when they're like, oh, I like deserts, you know, they're great. You don't have as many trees to work with, deal with. I'm like, no, give me plains with a forest any day. Trees I can get rid of, they will become useful. This crap with having, so that's one of those cliff things. That works, because it's solid. Because it's solid, it works, but my feet look like they get a little bit too close. Yeah. Huge rock. I don't know how we get 37.5 resources. And it's wrong anyway. Come on, mine faster. We want a few of these. Few of these rocks, because first thing we need is stone furnaces in abundance. In fact, every bit of stone we get turns into a stone furnace. And now we just need some more iron. 21, hopefully that's enough. 2 of those. Of course there's a bit of water. Of course there's a bit of water. Well, why would there not be a bit of water, JD, right in the middle of your iron patch? Okay. So we still need more iron. That's another rock we can go get. So yeah, step 1 of the game. You basically need iron. Iron's the big one to get the ball rolling. How much time and energy you waste on the early miners, being these ones, the burner miners, is entirely up to you. Wrong button. It's entirely up to you. I basically like to build way more than I should, is probably the best way of putting it. I build... Really? There's not a tree anywhere? I just need 1 tree. Oh, wow. Alright, we're going to hand mine coal. That's sad. No, not that one. Pick them back up. Put them over this side. I build far too many of these early furnace arrays because they're helpful and they get things off the ground. And honestly, I prefer to build far too many. Being like 12 of them. And have just slightly faster production to get up and running. Than not have enough of them. And have to wait to swap from this to a full furnace array with power and inserters and automation. I don't mind hanging out the manual stage for a little bit longer if it means that once I go up, you know, my resource production doesn't slow down. So it says 37.5 and 37.5 again. That's ridiculous. Now it will be a vanilla playthrough. In saying that, I am definitely going to, as soon as I finish this episode, I'm going to go hunting for a mod that adds a bit more ambient light at night time. Just for you guys on YouTube. I watch probably more YouTube content than the average person. So I know how important it is to be able to actually see Factorio at night. So we get some iron running. Some basic iron. Just to get us started. Second thing we want to do is we want to set up fuel production. So we've got burner miner being given fuel, put into a stone furnace. So it's extracting iron ore and pushing it into the stone furnace, which with the coal or the wood or whatever fuel we're using for these two, right, is converting the iron ore into iron plate. The second thing we're doing is creating fuel. So I have a burner miner drill, which is outputting coal, and as you can see with this yellow arrow, it's outputting it to this guy, who's then storing it in here and outputting coal into this guy. And you have made your first very small automation chain. Now, providing I got a good count, I didn't. I did now. Come on, one more. I have just vastly extended the chain to 8 machines. So these will feed just around and round and round and round and round. And same story with these guys. 8 might be enough. It might not be enough. Probably won't be enough. I want to be able to feed... Well, there we go. I can build 4 more. So I'm going to put down the last 4. And then we're going to call it a day. We're going to move over on from this stage onto the next stage of trying to add power and go for... Oh, I don't have enough fuel. The next stage of automation. Half tipped to craft 7 more and increase our coal output. How much do I have? Or maybe. So, important basic commands, and if you are brand new to Factorio and you're looking for a tutorial series, first off, welcome. Second thing is you're probably in the right place, because up in the top right, I'm going to attempt to. I tried this last time, it didn't work. I apologise in advance. I need 1 more of these guys. I tried to add cards with more information on, or deeper dives into set topics. But I didn't get a chance. This time around, I am pacing myself better, is probably the best way of putting it. And we are going to add more cards this time, definitely. I want 2, 3, 4 of those. See, I'm out of iron again. So, I am collecting from our burner miners or our furnaces by walking over, holding their control to take everything, and left clicking and just dragging my mouse over them. Now, don't worry about if you see one of them run out of fuel, that's fine. His partner will put fuel in a second. Same for taking out the iron plate. I just click and run. It's control and left mouse button. Nice and simple. And to add coal, you got 2 choices. You can either you can open them all the way up and manually put it in, or you can control left click again to add everything that you, either everything that will fit or everything you have. Or we can use control and do a right click this time, and it will put in half of whatever you have. So if I have a, well, you saw I had a stack of 23, so I put in half of that, 11, roughly. If I had a stack of 500, it would put in half a stack's worth. So these stack into 50. If I have a total of 500 in my inventory, it'll only put in half that amount, half of a stack being 25. So first part semi-done. Next part is to try and get steam engines, boilers, and a water pump. So, we make a water pump, and that's why I needed copper. This little guy up here, which I will actually double up. Yeah. So, iron we need lots of. Copper, yeah, not so much. So those two will probably last us quite some time. Hopefully a long time. We're going to run over here, get coal, and then I'm going to try my very hardest, and this is why I went to map view. When you go to map view, you can automatically see it's brighter. It's easier to see. I want to try to line up my boilers so they sit on this coal patch. Just because that's where the fuel is. If I put them on the coal patch, it's nice and easy to get things started. So I want to take this, and we can see by the little green boxes on the waterfront where this is a valid spot. So we're going to put it in that crux. Now I could walk over there and remember to put it in the crux, or I can hold down shift and left click in the right spot, and it'll put down a ghost image. So I can run over here and I can now see this is where I wanted it. Then we need water pipe. Now I'm going to use pipe to ground, which is going to take a long time for us to craft because it needs 10 standard pipe. 10 standard pipe takes half a second, needs 1 iron plate. But I need 10 of them, so that's 5 seconds crafting, to then make 1 of these, which is again half a second, so it's 5.5 seconds to make 1 pipe to ground, well 2 pipe to ground, so it's 1 pipe into the ground, 1 pipe out of the ground, and they use 10 pipes, so they travel 10 squares. But more importantly, I can walk through them. It's just going to take us longer to craft them, that's all. In the meantime, I really want some more rocks. I've got rocks right here. Because I need more stone, and although there is a stone patch... Crap. There? That's our stone. Yeah. I'm going to be hunting rocks for a while. A very long while, it seems. Because every single 22 and a half, whoop, there's been a small mistake, it seems. Well, I got 23 for that one. Who knows? I'm going to cancel that there. So I've got 18 underground pipe. And we're going to hook up a pipe to our pump, which is awesome. It just pulls up water, doesn't use any electricity. Think of it as like a, I don't know, a windmill version. I'm going to bring our water over here. Now these guys are in our way. See how I've rotated him with the R button? So he's now out of our way. No, let's just move them all. Alright. We're going to put this one down that way, that way, that way, that way, that way. Done. We've recreated our loop. Now we need boilers, which will turn our lovely cold water into lovely hot water to feed into our steam engines. One there, and I've left a gap in the middle intentionally so I can put that bit of pipe in. And I'll get to that in a sec. So I made 4 steam engines, which means I can support 2 boilers. So I'm going to do so. And then I need 2 more of these guys. Because I'm still at the burning stage. I don't have real power yet. So I'm going to put that in there. So same story. It'll burn coal, produce coal. Coal goes into our boiler. Our boiler will take cold water, make hot steam. Hot steam will go into our steam engines, and eventually the turbines will turn. Except I need wood to make power poles. And we're in a desert where there's no damn trees. There's going to be a theme here. There's going to be no trees and no stone, and it's definitely going to slow down our start. Okay, just a little bit of wood to get us started. Okay, so power poles. It's craft items, because we haven't gone through that. Craft items, left click makes 1. Right click makes 5. Control left click, no, shift left click, makes all of them. I want all of them done, please. I'm going to put a power pole here. And as you can see, the blue area touches all these steam generators. It will pull power from all of them. And then we'll put its friend here. And now we can start making bigger and better stuff. So, one of the first things I want to do is I want to electric mining drill. Purely because it doesn't need coal. Because it doesn't need coal, it means I don't have to run over there and manually fill it up. Which is an awesome part of the automation game. So I want 2 of those. Now you can see they need copper cable and electric circuits. And then they need gear wheels, and then they need electric, and then we make an electric mining drill with all those parts. So they take a while to craft. We can get rid of these 2, and then we're going to use the pipette tool, which is probably why you haven't seen me pick up too much from my toolbar. You just hold your mouse over something. I want one of these. I press Q. It comes up. I want a pipe. Press Q, it comes up. I want an underground pipe. I want a boiler. A steam engine. Oh, no. You hear that? That means I don't have any steam engines. But I want to get coal, being an ore. If I press Q, it will pick the best harvester of stuff from the ground I have. Being a mining drill. Either, if I have none, then it will give us burning style. You know, if burning style is the best I have, if I have electric, it will give me electric. Now we have 2 of these guys left over. And of course, I want to put them to work. So we're just going to extend our little conga chain out to. And we're going to do that. Okay, so the next thing I need is I really need a lab. Which is going to take ages to craft. Because there's all these circuits need wire. And they just take time. As you can see now, I've got lots of coal, which I'll actually put there. I want to see my coal at all times. Early game. So I put that on my taskbar. And then... wow, that all disappeared. So I put that on my taskbar, and then a middle mouse button to make the background blue. And... well, let's move that off. I can't put anything in that slot except stone furnaces. So I want to be able to see my coal at all times to go how much I do or don't have. And that's just how much I have in that square. I could have more in my inventory. I might have none in my inventory. But we need a lab. Now, first thing we get when we put down a lab is it asks us what research we want to do. And of course, we want automation, because it is Factorio. It is all about automating everything. It gives us an assembly machine and a long-handed inserter to move stuff further away. Automation is the start of the game, and it is coincidentally the end of the first episode, because I want to get this lighting fixed so you guys don't miss out on anything. So I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys for watching. As always, this will be a long-running series, I hope, but we'll go into more details of that in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you're enjoying, and actually, I'll tease. We're going from basic base to a mega base to a gigabase, all in one series. That's where I'm going to leave it. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next one. Alright. Bye!